ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, everyone, I have a confession. Welcome to the Roundtable, firstly. My name is Robert Bannon. You're either listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network or watching us on YouTube. I have never seen a Bridgerton. I don't know what a Bridgerton is. I know that there was a guy that everyone thought was good looking. There was a girl that I guess she was good looking too. My dog is barking. He must watch Bridgerton. So here's my question. Can you imagine you love a show and you write about it? Right, Clarence? My dog is here. Can you imagine? Well, I just think it's amazing that you write a show about it, you get it out, you put it out, people love it, you win a Grammy-award, there's some drama surrounding it, copyrights and issues such of that, and then you turn that into an album and you come out burning like a phoenix from the ashes. That's Abigail Barlow. You know, she's special and she's a survivor and she's here. Well, everybody, somebody once told me that what comes first, the music, the lyrics, and then they said it was an idea. The idea comes first. Abigail Barlow, you have ideas aplenty. You have come a long way from Alabama, and you are here. You have a Grammy Award. You have a new single out. You are dressed like a mermaid on social media, and I am here for every single one of those things. Abigail Barlow, welcome.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Congratulations on your brand new single, Rock Bottom.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Okay, can I get into the nitty gritty with you, Abigail?
Yeah.
I don't know you, but now we're gonna be best friends, and I'm gonna come over your house and drink mimosas and cry together.
Yes, please. You know, mimosas are my favorite. A Sunday run with a mimosa, everything to me. Everything.
Rock Bottom has a lot of meanings to it, and the words are pretty deep and pretty serious. So for a 2-minute and 30-second song, you go right in there and you tell us something.
Yeah.
What does Rock Bottom mean to you?
I think that my rock bottom, because everyone is different when it comes to that saying. It's spoken and said a lot. I was like listening to a Paramore song. I'm going to get to rock bottom. And I think it just means to me that there's nowhere to go but up. You know, like a career in the entertainment business is like a roller coaster. There are ups and downs and peaks and valleys, and you hit a big peak and, you know, what's to come next? Of course, it's a valley. And I wrote Rock Bottom in one of my valleys, one of my sad valleys, because, you know, I have a lot of big emotions, but I'm also a big girl. And so, you know, my healing process really began with the writing of that song, and then subsequently the writing of the rest of what will be an album to be released in 2024.
I can't wait. You can stream Rock Bottom wherever music is heard. It's available wherever you get your music. The single, it looks beautiful. The photos are beautiful. It's really well in the production of the song. So I said some people write lyrics first, some people write music first. You have a co-writer. There's co-writers on this song. How do you work? How does this song in particular work?
Yeah. So for this song, the two co-writers I had never written with before. It was the first time we had ever met. And I sort of told them how I was feeling. I had an idea for, you know, a mermaid-esque song. The sort of concept of this whole album that I'm preparing for the world to hear is sort of telling my story through the lens of different fairy tale characters we know and love. And, you know, there was a point in my career, in my life, where I thought life was but a dream, a fairy tale. And then, you know, reality sort of knocks you on your booty. And I think both of those co-writers really understood that feeling and where I was coming from. So from then, I think that it started with sort of like a little theme. It sounded like bubbles rising that the producer had just like started to program. And it really sparked the interest of me and Kings, the other writer. And then, you know, I think the first line that came out was, but it's not that deep. You know, like this rock bottom that I was experiencing is not that deep. Like you can come back. Like I said, there's nowhere to go but up, only resurfacing. So, and then the light bulb from there just turned into a whole song, which is crazy.
It is powerful, and I know it's so relatable. Everybody can relate to a moment where they have suffered, struggled. They know that the best. I end my every show with the best is yet to come, but not everyone feels that way. Some people really are in their feelings. That my dog is having a very exciting moment with you being here, as he eating my shoes and digging in the carpet. So I apologize for the sound, but it's such a universal topic, and the look. Like you said, you had this idea about it's so beautiful, and it just ties together in some special kind of way.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. And another thing that I've been really trying to refocus on this year is releasing music that I'm proud of and that I love. And if I love it, that's really all that matters.
Absolutely. Well, you are. I have to apologize though, because you are my second favorite mermaid, because I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and if you've ever been to the Calabash Pirate Ship Buffet, there is a mermaid there, and she took my heart, Abigail. So will you settle for second? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I will settle for second. I totally understand. I have to go experience this buffet though.
You can't have crab legs and mac and cheese and a mermaid. You know, it's a tough act to Grammy Awards or not, Abigail. It's tough.
It's tough. I get it.
Best $29.95 you'll ever spend. But how do you sum up your career? When I go on social media and I look at what you do, you have all these fancy dancy Broadway friends, theater, winning a Grammy for a theater album, you know, creating like kind of song cycle kind of ideas based on theater and being in that world. But you're a pop star. You know, you write pop songs that are streamed by millions of people who, you know, there are girls everywhere that are singing this, that have sung Heartbreak Hotel, you know. So yeah, so how did you become you? How did this all happen where you merge these worlds?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I have always been a theater kid. It started very young for me. I caught the bug for performing when I was in high school, and having two older sisters that were also really involved, and one sister that ended up going to college for theater and a BFA. So I was already really in love with musical theater and telling a story on stage. And I did a little musical in high school called Next to Normal. And it's a rock musical. It doesn't sound like Broadway jazz hands. Like, it has a message. It is grounded in this reality that mental health is so important, and it's a really stigmatized subject. It was stigmatized even more in like 2007 when it was debuted. But doing that show showed me that musical theater can be anything. It doesn't have to be the jazz hand kind of musical theater we know. So, you know, I think when I hit a writer's block in my pop career in 2020, I didn't really know what to write about. I was sick of writing heartbreak songs and songs about my own life. I wanted to step into somebody else's shoes. And I had experience doing that since I was in high school. And, you know, my brain is sort of like a sponge for music. I love to listen to music, not just pop music, but musical theater soundtracks and things. Been doing that too since I was in high school. So I guess all of those influences just sort of manifested when I watched Bridgerton, the fabulous Netflix show. And I sort of stepped into the lead role because I felt like it.
As you should.
And I think that's kind of where my love for musical theater writing was really like deeply explored. But, you know, when I met Emily Bear for the first time and we started writing musical theater, it really it connected the dots in a way that I didn't really realize you could do. Composing is a sandbox that you can, very few people get to play in. And I'm grateful that project gave us all of the open doors to do that. So.
While we're talking, you can go to social medias and you can follow her at Abigail Barlow. There's either 2 W's or 3 W's, depending on where you are. If you're on Instagram, it's 2 W's. If you're on Snapchat, no. TikTok. I'll be 40. I don't know. Whatever you people do with the little T, the TikTok, and the W. Okay. Yeah. So I'm lucky I know how to work a computer. I use my AOL disk to log myself on here. Reading without, I'm not a scandalous, gossipy kind of person, but Bridgerton, Songwriters Hall of Fame, 30 Under 30 in Forbes, Grammy Awards, etc. There were tough moments with that kind of acclaim, with that kind of attention, with that kind of, it was a moment for you. Yeah. Some of the new music come out of those moments in particular.
Oh, yes. It was very much a learning experience as much as it was like this wonderful dream that happened. You know, I think after all of the drama and the scandal that, you know, ironically came out of this very scandalous show, I think that I learned, first of all, that, you know, you have to have a really, really supportive team around you in order to really understand. I didn't even really understand how making musicals worked until we just did this on a whim for fun and for an audience that was watching. But I learned that, the world there are rules to this world. It's not just, you can't just write whatever you want willy-nilly. And, I think refocusing and writing my own project and really coping with that experience through this new music has been really good for my soul. It's been good to get back to like really why I started writing music, which was to sort of cope with the love and relationships and heartbreak. And this is a different kind of relationship. It's a relationship with my art, with my craft of songwriting. Yeah.
Yeah. I listen, I as an artist myself, it could break your heart. So show business and music and art is heartbreaking,
Yeah.
and beautiful, like love, like all of life, I guess, really.
Right. It's reality,
It's reality.
I came back down to the ground, and that experience really grounded me in the way that I needed. And, I may not have wanted at the time, but thank goodness it happened, because it opened up doors. It taught me a lot about myself and about collaboration and about the industry. So
We're here for it. We love it, and we love the music.
no.
And you are so clever and so creative. And I mean, not everybody can write a song about hitting rock bottom and Doritos, tacos, Taco Bell songs that Dolly Parton sings. Like, it's range, Abigail.
We have range and motion in this house.
I never wrote a song about tacos. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm sorry. So ridiculous.
No, please, it's ridiculous.
One of the things that I read about you that I find so important is using your status for good and the ability for good. You make it a very clear choice to have female empowerment or equality on all of the projects you do. What is your thought process in your head about how you're fighting sexism and discrimination against in the arts in general? When you have a project, you make sure that you try to find independent, strong women to be as part of your team as much as possible?
Yeah, I do, because I am a strong, independent woman. And after fighting for 7 years to be seen and heard in this industry, I think it's important to, now that I have that exposure and that platform, that I pay it forward. And I work with other female artists and songwriters and producers who are just as good as the men that work in this industry. There's just a lot fewer of us, but we exist. And I go searching for them because it's important. I think when little girls hear, oh, she works with females and she tries to stay very female forward, I think, it's very aspirational. If I were to read that my favorite pop star had, all female producers or all female songwriters, or tried to include a songwriter, I think that would make me even more at peace and at ease that the path that I was following was the right one.
It's awesome, because that representation, there's young people out there that are going to see this and see your story and make their own art. You give people permission to make their own art, which is so incredible. I am always curious as to the journey that someone takes. I have been to Birmingham, Alabama, and I sure have. I stayed. Okay, if you want to know why I was there, I was there when I was 19 for an American Idol audition.
Shut your mouth. That is so incredible.
Not even born. And I stayed there for 3 days. I went to the Birmingham Zoo. I went to the Civil Rights Museum. Good soul food. A homeless man gave me a tour of part of the city.
Sounds about right.
It was an experience. I lost my luggage, and when I went to the carousel, the man said I had to go to the front desk, and then when I went to the front desk, it was the same man. Like, it was one man running the whole airport there.
Yep.
Birmingham.
Oh, man.
Go from Birmingham to New York City to putting out music. Like, what has this journey been like?
It's been a whirlwind, and it's kind of crazy to think that I moved to Los Angeles when I was 18, and I'm almost 25 now. It's very weird to me. But it's, I think a lot of it's still been virtual, because I started growing my social media when I was still living in Alabama in my parents' house. So, I've always tried to make my organic following online really the main selling point to my artistry, because I've been connecting with my fans like this, really, like on live stream, strangers since I was 16. So that intimate connection, I really pride myself in, and it's a through line that has stayed and rung true up until now. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure people relate. You're so relatable, and your music is so relatable, and that's what's
Thank
so
you.
amazing about it. So when you're putting together an album, which is coming out next year, we're getting a sneak peek with this single "Rock Bottom," which you can listen to wherever music is heard. How do you? You must know more about it than we do. You must know some songs and tracks that are on it. Maybe what? Tell us. Is there a vibe? Is there a style? How are you going to describe this piece?
I think I would describe it as like a very interesting mix between the musical theater work that I've created and the pop music that I've made in my, before my in my come up years. Um, it's very pop centric production, but it tells a story and it has a through line. And the album's done, so I do know all of the track names and how it flows, and I'm really excited to share it. I intentionally didn't share the creation process of it after being so open about my process before. I wanted this album, because it's coming from just me and it is sort of a debut solo project. I wanted it to be crafted and ready and like tied up in a bow before I shared it with the world. But the vibe is like musical theater meets pop star Abigail, which, it's two sides. It's an alter ego of mine. So,
well, the bio, one of the bios I read online says, Katy Perry meets Alan Menken, which, I mean,
that's the goal. I mean, I hope that I toe that line. We'll see. We'll see what the fans, what songs the fans like. If they think it's a no skip album, we hope for that. We always pray for that. So
we're going to get a range of emotions. So it's going to be upbeat and it's going to be deep, and we're going to sing ballads and we're going to snap our fingers and we're going to do everything.
Yes, the finger snaps always.
You all better be ready. You better be following. You better be listen to the old music, listen to the new music, listen to the singles, get yourself ready, get your mermaid fins on, and the whole thing. So what, like, when you think about this, do you think about touring? Do you think about live shows? Are we ready?
I mean, we're ready for sure. I'm currently building a live show that I'm really excited about. I've never built one before. I mean, the last time I played a show in LA was when I was like 18, like a pop show, really. I'm only 18 or 19. So getting to put together a real show with a music director and a band, it's amazing, and it's an experience, and I can't wait to hopefully pursue that in the new year when the whole album drops.
What? Yes, come on, I'm ready. I'll be there, front row.
Yay!
I'm coming. I just am so moved by when I see your story. I think that any idea and ideas can just create more ideas, and even if they don't always go in every direction you think they are, but they lead you to where you're supposed to be. And this album is going to be something that is so powerful to so many people who are going to love and appreciate your music. And there are so many people out there who live like me, where I can listen, you could listen to my music and it's musical theater one thing, and it's hip hop something else, and it's pop music this, and it's country music that, and you merge that. It doesn't have to be this, and it doesn't have to be just this. It could be a little bit of everything. And so we need that.
Yeah, I think that the whole musical theater composing process really made me realize just how much I'm a songwriter first. And I had never really trusted myself in the songwriting process. I would always post on social media and be like, does anyone like this song? Please tell me you like this song. And now I have the confidence to be like, no, I'm a storyteller. If I have an idea, if I have a vision, I'm allowed to see that through and have that be work I do on my own. I don't need anybody else's opinion. I would love your opinion when the album is fully fleshed out with a bow on top, because it's your present, it's for you. But until then, it is just, for my ears and for my collaborators' ears until it's perfect.
I'm sure it is already perfect, and I hope you can protect your heart and protect your art. I get that. It's vulnerable, and it's one of the most beautiful things you could share with us. So we are grateful for you sharing that all with us.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited, and we're getting close.
I'm so excited. We're following. Follow right now. Go on the social media. Barlow with 2 W's or 3. And go stream Rock Bottom, whether it's your homework, wherever music is heard. Make sure you listen to it right now. We're so excited. Our show is your show. Thank you for being with us. And we so appreciate all of the work and the writing and the art that you've created. We'll be watching and listening.
Thank you so much, Robert. It's a pleasure.
Well, everyone, how about that? Create your art, protect your heart, go out there and do it. If you're a writer, if you're an artist, if you're a singer, if you're a dancer, if you paint, whatever you do, go out there and do it. So nice to be with you all here today. I appreciate you all watching and listening to us. If you want more information about me, go to robertbannon.com. I have a show coming to New York City in December. It's going to be a big Christmas show, a Robert Bannon Christmas special. Get your tickets, go to robertbannon.com. And also an album. I turned 40 on Halloween. Oh no, not 40. And we're putting out an album called Rewind, where we go back in time and I tell my story. It was recorded live at Green Room 42. It comes out the last Friday of October. It comes out on the 28th of October or the 27th. Maybe I should get the date right. That's probably helpful to when you're going to put out an album. The 27th. So go to robertbannon.com or follow me at Robert M. Bannon. I hope to see you all real soon. We will be back Thursday nights live with my commentary and a special guest, Anne Margaret, on the 12th of October. So make sure you follow us so you can find out where you can watch and be a part of the show. Anne Margaret! What the hell is going on with this show? Bye, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Until next time, the best is yet to come. Bye, everyone.